Hello everyone and welcome. My name is TheSparrowsJourney. This is Black Desert. I have now played the closed beta that started on the 16th of December for about 3 to 4 days. And let me clarify this. This will not be a should you buy Black Desert online or not video. This will be a let's talk about Black Desert. Let's talk about how it is different from everything out there in an MMO scene right now, at least in the western area of the world, and not exactly how good Black Desert is. Yes, I will say that it is good in some aspects, it is bad in some others, but that is totally dependent of what kind of MMO player you are, because that's what it comes down to when talking about Black Desert Online. This is a Korean MMO, by the way, by Pearl Abyss, that is coming out to the western part of the world in 2016. God damn, this game looks gorgeous. It's unbelievable how they made this game looking so damn great and running so damn good. This art style though is not for everyone, and it's certainly not for me, because I will say this, even though I enjoyed my experience in Black Desert so much, I can safely say it's not a game for me. But is it bad? Not necessarily. Not if you're the type of player that likes this kind of MMO. I've read all the discussion that went through my first look video, my first video into Black Desert that I put on my channel. There was a lot of discussion between, is this game a sandbox game? Is this a theme park MMO? I can safely say right now, without any doubt, that this is much more of a sandbox game than it is a theme park. Now, obviously, there are theme park elements to it. You have a main story. You have chains of quests. If you log in today, and you can only log in 3 or 4 days after, and you are expecting to have a lot of progress, you are thinking wrong. Black Desert is a hardcore game in a sense that you need to log in every single day for a few hours to obtain something, to achieve something, unless you're totally fine with taking like months to achieve it. And that's totally fine for some gamers. It's not for me. To get, for instance, a good horse with a good saddle, with a good wagon, you will take no less than 5 days getting all of that. Because to get the horse, you need to find it. To get the horse, you need to level it up. You need to level your training skill. To build the wagon, you need to have workers, and you need to maintain those workers. To have workers, you need to buy a house and to provide them with shelter. To keep them up, you need to feed them and give them beer. You need to chop trees down for the wood. You need to get iron from the rocks and mountains. You need to even get some leather from animals, and all of that, all this detailed process will take you several days. This process in other MMOs, it's a much shorter process. In Black Desert, it doesn't matter if you get to level 20 or level 50. It really doesn't matter. Now, certain things obviously will be better to achieve if you are a higher level. But for instance, I'm now currently level 22, and you know what I've been doing for the past 2 days? I've been doing things like hunting horses, bringing them to town, and try to breed them in order to have higher tier horses, and all of that has been taking me a huge amount of hours. Is that good? Is that bad? It really depends on what kind of MMO player you are. Now, in this second run in Black Desert, it's been good. If I'm not mistaken, the cap level in this version is level 50. I have by no means reached that point. I'm level 22 right now. A big reason why I did not do it, it's because I am too much of a theme park kind of player, expecting to level up only by questing, which is a wrong kind of mindset in this game. You level up by doing so many other things. I was level something like 15 and I was completing level 25 quests. And I was still able to do that. This is what kind of bothers me a little bit. Even though you are low level, you can complete high level quests, because you can in the end damage other creatures if the quest requires to kill creatures. But it will take you longer to do that. And all of this, ladies and gentlemen, all of this didn't require one single loading screen. According to some people, it will take you something like 3 hours to go from one side of the map to the opposite side. I can't guarantee if that is by walking or by riding a horse, but that's what people say. There's no teleporting in this game. There's no flying. If you want to go from point A to point B, you need to walk over there. You need to ride over there. That's why you have auto run in this game. You have autopilot. So if I want to come, for instance, from over here to over here, I set a checkpoint over there. I press T and my character will end up over there by itself using the road. This game is very grindy, and that is sort of an issue for me, specifically when it comes to leveling up. I'm expecting quests to level up, but that's not how you are supposed to play Black Desert. Even though that's possible. Crafting, exploring, do all that, you know, horse business if you want, get a horse, fishing, cooking. There is just so much to do in this game and so little time to do so. Knowledge plays a big part in this game. And you don't have, well, you do. Indirectly, you do, but you don't have here a level on the creatures compared to your level when it comes to combat. You have knowledge, and knowledge is what you know about that creature. And the more you know, the more efficiently you will be able to kill that creature. This is a Korean MMO, and you cannot forget about that. Korean people or Korean gamers are used to this kind of gameplay. They like grindy games. They like to kill stuff, they like to repeat tasks, and they like to just progress by killing more and more. They don't like to be guided by quests. They like their own freedom, and that's how they play there. And this game is very grindy, and it has the grind DNA into it. You know, when you have those killing missions, kill 10 of that and kill 50 of that, the game does a good job of not giving you quests that you have to kill 100 of those guys, because that's boring, right? Nobody likes to do that in MMOs. That's a thing of the past. So what they did, basically, they masked that system by telling you in a quest, kill 5 of this, and 5 is pretty great, right? It's not much. But at the same time, that will not be enough to get knowledge from them. The more you kill, the more knowledge you will have. And the more knowledge, the more efficiently you will kill them. And the more efficiently you will kill them, the more you can kill. That's how the system works. It makes you grind. You only need to kill 5 of these to end the quest, but you should kill 50 of them in order to have the knowledge from them. And knowledge will provide you with things like energy points, which will allow you to do certain actions in the game, like talking with certain NPCs. Now, the combat itself, it's what really pains me in this game. And let me just explain why, because there are good things about it and there are bad things about it. There's no tab targeting system over here. That is a thing of the past, right? And nobody does it anymore. Kind of. Now, in here, you have what you can call action combat. So, whatever actions you do in combat, you have to point your crosshair to the right target, or you will not hit what you're trying to kill. So, for instance, I'm a wizard over here. So, if I launch this fireball, I'm gonna charge it. And if I launch it over there, I can already do it without even having a target. So, I can launch it over there, and at the same time, I could launch it over there if I wanted to. Now, that's great, right? Action combat, I love it. No more of that top targeting thing. But here's what I hate about the combat in this game. It's so damn thumbed down that you can kite creatures for hours. And that's, once again, connected to the fact that this game is so damn grindy. There's things like nodes in this game, and nodes are sort of checkpoints. They are locations that you can activate with your contribution points in order to that location where the creatures you are about to kill are at have a higher drop rate. So I'm gonna pull this guy by doing this, a normal attack. I'm gonna pull that guy, I'm gonna pull this guy, I'm gonna pull that guy as well, and they are now chasing me. And there is no way ever these guys are gonna hit me. So far in this game, the only troubles I had were with ranged creatures, because they are the ones, like this one, for instance, that is casting a spell on me, and even then he failed because he's so damn slow to cast the spell that I had time to dodge, like so. I can't confirm this because I have not played any other class for a long time. But I do believe every single class has a dodge. The dodge of the wizard is a sort of teleport over here. So as you can see, I should die with these guys almost instantly. And I do so if I get hit once. I do believe they do a lot of damage. But the combat is so dumbed down that I could come over here at level 1 and kill them. But that would take me hours because I do so little damage and they have so much HP. That is the only cap I have against these guys. And this is what I don't like about the combat in Black Desert. It's just so easy to escape their hits. Look at that. That guy is still hitting me even though I was nowhere near that place anymore. Look at this. Look at that. That looks like a baby. Holy crap. Do they have a reaction time of a baby? Because that's what it looks like. These guys should be absolutely slaughtering me. What about the endgame content? I can only speak about what I've heard here in the game, what other people have said, because I have not read anything myself. What people say is that Black Desert is a PvP heavy focused game, and the PvE will be about world bosses. Now, this concerns me. This concerns me a lot. A sandbox game can be a PvP heavily focused game, but I do believe most of the sandbox community, and correct me if I'm wrong, wants PvE stuff because they invest all of their time doing PvE stuff. Building a house, building something to sell in the market, create a business. I'm concerned because I have experienced a world boss in this game already, and things were messy, to say the least. Not only it was very difficult to play in all that mess because of the performance that went down, there were no strategy involved. You just had to hit the guy and trying not to be hit. It was sort of easy for me, but much harder, I would say, for melee guys. You would only get gear if you end up attacking the guy for a certain amount of damage. I'm pretty sure I hit them all, and I only got rewards for like 2 of them. So you probably needed to reach a certain point in damage to be rewarded. And that for me is not fun. That for me is an event that can be fun if it happens once in a while. If it is special, if the boss is really huge, enormous, and it's very well designed. It sounds cool, it sounds amazing, and it is amazing as an event. But as a PvE, high-end content, what might be funny to watch and to experience is guilds fighting for the world bosses. That can be fun, and I see that being exciting. And because that is somewhat one of the focus in Black Desert, you know, you have guild wars. It's kind of ironic saying that, because Guild Wars is another MMO entirely. But in here, you have actual guild wars. Black Desert ends up consuming you. It's daunting. It's enormous. It's huge. The world of Black Desert calls for you and doesn't let you play anything else. And I guess at some point, and in a certain way, that's what scares me about it, and that's what puts me off about it. Because let's say World of Warcraft is a game you cannot compare to this. World of Warcraft became absolutely casual. You will play it today, you don't log in for 3 days, and you log in again after 3 days and you're fine. And you can play it again and have huge amounts of fun with your friends. In this game, I regret to say that the only way you're gonna have fun is that if you log in almost daily in order to achieve your objectives. For instance, if you don't log in for a couple days, and I experienced this, my pets will not be fed. And I don't know what happens if their hunger bar goes down to 0. They probably will die, I would say. Do you remember the towns in Guild Wars 2? Black Desert takes it to another whole new level. They're huge, they're freaking detailed to the damn ground. Look at how many NPCs are here. Look at how alive the game feels. You are in a city. You feel like You feel small in this game. And at some point, and I guess this is how I want to finish the video, Black Desert is an amazing game. It's an amazing MMO. If you enjoy its niche, if you enjoy this kind of gameplay, if you can put so many hours and invest so many hours in the game. And even if you don't, you might still like it. You might be that player that don't care much about how big your penis is. And you don't care if you have a horse tier 5 or tier 2 I mean. If you don't care about those things, you will be good. If you want to be the best possible in the game, you will struggle if you don't have enough time to put into it. It has a huge learning curve, and it will take you loads of time to master it. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be here to take more deep looks into Black Desert. I will be here to make further videos about it and tell you how things have progressed, even though I will not be here to play it as my main game, as my main MMO, because it just requires almost your life, unfortunately. If you are the kind of player that enjoys all of this, by all means, pick it up and try it out and let me know how is your time with it. I'm interested in knowing how this game will progress throughout time. I'm very interested and curious in knowing how this game will do in Europe, because I'm pretty sure this game will do fantastically in Korea. It fits their DNA. It's their thing. But what about Europe? What about America? I'm not so sure about that. In the end, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to say that Black Desert is looking like a great, awesome MMO if you enjoy this niche. If you don't, you should probably stay away from it. The last thing I want to say is that the game is scheduled to come out in 2016, most likely with 1 or 2 more closed betas at the start of 2016. And there are several packages which I am very angry at it. Most expensive one being around $100. Then you have something like a $50 one and a $40 one. The most expensive packages allow you to start the game earlier. Seriously, why do they have to do that? That is the most disgusting thing to do. In the end, after like 1 month, 1 or 2 days early in advance accessing the game will not mean that much. But it's always bothersome knowing that people that are paying more money will access the game first. You will have a one-time price to buy the game, like Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 is actually a good comparison when it comes to the model they will have in the game. You will have a cosmetic shop, again not confirmed if they will have only cosmetic things or if they will eventually have things that will give you an advantage in the game. I do seriously hope not, but only time will tell. I hope I have helped you figuring out what is this game about and how it rolls, because that was my purpose over here. Not to tell you if this game is good or not, but to tell you and warn you what kind of game is this before you put your money into it. I am TheSparrowsJourney. Please click like if you have enjoyed this game, subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and comment if you have something to say about this video. Tell me what you think about the things that I've said. Tell me what you think about the game if you have played and have accessed the closed beta. Tell me what are your expectations for this game in the future and the MMO market in general. Bye bye.